Europe is prepared to suffer the consequences.
These sanctions will come at a cost for our economy too. But this is a defining moment, and this is the cost we are willing to pay.
Western leaders have long warned their own nations will suffer following sanctions on Moscow over its military attack on Ukraine. Now industries and citizens are beginning to feel it. Relying much on Russia for its oil and gas, worries about energy supplies have rattled European markets. On Wednesday, the international crude benchmark Brent hit $113 a barrel for the first time since July 2014. At the same time, European gas prices surged to a new record high of more than $200 per megawatt hour. A huge concern for Germany, which as the continent's largest economy is also the biggest consumer of Russian energy. Something it's now desperate to change as its gas reserves are critically low. Germany receives half of its natural gas imports from Russia and has been under increasing pressure to be less dependent. That's why the government is now purchasing liquefied natural gas worth $1.7 billion from other countries, so that Germans won't have to freeze next winter. But they will certainly have to pay more to stay warm, as rising commodity prices have created a domino effect on costs for consumers. Last month alone, inflation in the Eurozone hit a record high of 5.8%, and analysts warn it could rise further.
Energy prices matter hugely, but also food prices more generally, because, of course, export of wheat, which comes from Russia and the Ukraine, that we've already seen wheat prices go up significantly. Plus, of course, exports of iron ore, steel, minerals that also come from Russia, and they will also be disrupted. One assumes that prices are going up there too.
So far, the US and its European allies have spared the oil and gas sector from sanctions, except for halting the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, which wasn't operational. And Russia has continued to meet its supply obligations. But export restrictions and economic sanctions on Moscow are getting harsher, with the EU disconnecting key Russian banks from the SWIFT financial system on Wednesday. And with each day Russia's war in Ukraine continues, and the longer the list of sanctions gets, analysts fear high inflation could be here to stay. But for many Europeans, like these protesters here in Berlin, it's a small price to pay for Ukraine's freedom. And they say they'd rather take a cold shower than finance an unjustified war. Sibel Karkush, TRT World, Berlin.